towards the end of Parshat VaYakhel, the pasuk says, "Vayas eis hakior nechoshes ve'eis kano nechoshes b'mar'os hatzovos asher tzavu pesach ol moed." So I think many of us are familiar with a relatively famous medrash that's brought in Rashi, it's brought in the Ramban. The idea, who are these, right? What are these maros tzovos? What does that mean? So it says Rashi, "Benos Yisrael hayu biyadan mar'os sheraos behen kishehin miskashtos." So Rashi explains, based on the medrash, what were these mirrors? What were these very shiny mirrors? The idea that the women had these mirrors that were used to beautify themselves when they put on their makeup, when they made themselves look nice. And it says in the medrash, "V'hay mois Moshe bahen." He did not want to accept these for the Mishkan. How could you use these things, which, as the medrash says, you're going to bring this thing which is designated for the Yetzer Hara, bring that into the Beis Hashem, bring that into the Mishkan. Moshe Rabbeinu was not very comfortable with that. Amar lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu kabel, ki elu chavivan alai min hakol. These mirrors are the most beloved things of anything. Sha'al yidein hamidu hanashim tzvaos rabos b'mitzrayim. So what are these mar'os hatzovos? How do these mirrors connect with legions, with groups? So says the medrash that through these mirrors, the women were able to bring many, many children to the Jewish people by being attractive, by using their beauty in a way to enhance their family, to enhance their children. The Ramban quotes this pshat of Rashi. He quotes another pshat based on the Ibn Ezra, based on the Unklus, which in some ways is almost opposite. V'unklus tirgem de asiyan litzla'a litara mishkan zimna. So the Unklus says something not so clear-cut, but he says these are the mirrors that were used by the women who came to the Mishkan, who would come and learn, come and ask questions. Notim dvarav l'divrei Rabbi Avram. It seems to be similar to the Ibn Ezra. She'amar shayu hanashim ha'ela ovdos Hashem v'saru mita'avos ze ha'olam v'nosnu maroseim nedava ubos b'chol yom v'yom v'pesach ol moed lispalel v'lishmo divrei hamitzvos. Who are these women? These are the Tidkanios, Nashim Tidkanios, very righteous women who said, all we need is Torah, all we need is mitzvos, all we need is tefillah. We don't need mirrors. We don't need physicality. It's not for us. We don't need it. So the giving over of the mirror was not difficult for them, like you might imagine for the first shot of these maros tzovos. Lehefech, we don't want this anymore. Use this for something better than what we don't have any purpose for it. These were the righteous women who didn't feel a need for taiva, didn't feel a need for being part of this world. And I think that these two pshatim, the pshatim of the Medrash, the pshatim of the Unklus and the Ibn Ezra and the Ramban, that what are these maros tzovos? Were they the mirrors used for the women to beautify themselves? And another HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Elu chavivan alai min hakol. Or were these mirrors the mirrors of the women who figured, we don't need this world. We don't want to be part of this world. We don't need any taivos. And the answer is, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what these maros tzovos were, but certainly Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chaim. The idea at different times in our life, or just different times of the week, different times of our day, we're going to have these two pshatim. We have to have these two pshatim in our heads. Sometimes we need to be involved in the world and use everything, even when it comes to physicality, it comes to beauty, it comes to everything around us. Use that in the service of Hashem. At the same time, we have to realize that this world has many challenges and has many risks, and we have to sometimes be careful to avoid it, to shelter ourselves from it. And I think as this week is the end of Zman Choref, leading into Bein Hazmanim, I think that these two aspects of the Maros Tzovos is very relevant. It's really relevant to all of our lives. This year, it's been an even more kind of secluded kind of Zman. We've really been in yeshiva for several months. We've been able to imbibe Torah with even fewer distractions than a regular year. And that's the second shot of the Maros Tzovos, fewer taivos, fewer Yetzer Hara. And now it's Bein Hazmanim, going out, enjoying ourselves, relaxing, being part of hopefully the broader world, getting to travel a little bit, enjoying ourselves. We have to always appreciate that these two aspects are part of our avodas Hashem. Know when to focus on being secluded, realizing there's risks out there, there's dangers out there, spiritual dangers, and just working on ourselves in a very comfortable, safe, sheltered kind of way. And at the same time realizing, but in the bigger picture, there's a lot more to be produced in terms of Kedusha, to be given in terms of Kedusha, if you realize that the world is full of opportunities and not just challenges, where we can use everything around us in the service of avodas Hashem.